Hello, what is happening everybody? My name is John Denton. Thank you very much for joining me as we check out Danny Brown's new album, You Know What I'm Saying, with the upside down question mark from Spanish and probably other languages I don't know how to do on my keyboard, but if you can see it in the title, then I figured it out. Alright, I actually listened to Atrocity Exhibition this morning as a little primer for this, and that album is fucking fantastic. I know a lot of people have asked me to react to that album, but I'd already heard it. I listened to it a while ago. I'm excited to hear this. I've only heard Dirty Laundry. I kept the 3 Tiers, Run the Jewels, Dark Skin Manson joint for this. I knew that dropped a few days ago. So yeah, excited to hear. You know, I'm a fan of Danny Brown. I think he's amazing. I think he's super interesting. His delivery is about as unique as you can get. Plus, I really like him as a person. He's out there streaming on Twitch. The clips I've seen of his show, we can't get that show over here yet. Maybe we can, I don't know. The Danny Brown's House or whatever it's called, they're good. He's just my guy. Danny Brown's my guy. So yeah, that's about it. I'm excited to hear this. Let's go. Danny Brown, you know what I'm saying. Oh, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on that bell. Smash that bell like Dark Souls, guys. Get that notification bell on. I'm serious. Okay, Change Up is the first track. Let's go.
Of a master, blood of a slave, heart of a king, stuck in between the cheap. And now I'm in a world where they crave.
Oh, clips reference in there. Clips reference in there. The production on this is amazing. Obviously, it just sounds like something straight out of a western. His delivery a bit more low key as well. A little bit gentler than I'm used to hearing him. Loving this already. The bass in it as well.
Lord have mercy, pray for me. Need to calm down, so pass me the weed. I would never change up, never look back. I would never change up, I'ma keep going. Pacing around, drowning sorrows in a drink. Can't even think, got my mind wrapped up, but I still bite down, clench my teeth, knuckle up.
I like the message of that song. Not a hugely complicated song lyrically, but I like the message. It's very relatable to me at the moment, in truth. But you could kind of feel the pain in his voice, in his delivery. You know, he's clearly been struggling a little bit, but he's the type of dude that bites down on a mouthpiece. Like I say, he's not going to change. He is himself, and that's inspiring. Maybe I'll go through it again when I pick up like second meanings or double entendres in there, but a kind of low-key opening to the album, which is interesting. You know, especially coming off Atrocity, where you do get sort of whacked around the head pretty much straight away. But I like the kind of, I don't know if it's live instrumentation, but it sort of sounded like live. It sort of sounded like live instrumentation in the production there. Yeah, it was an interesting start. Obviously, not a track that blows your socks off, but an interesting start. Okay.
So steep, so steep, so steep, so steep.
You can act stupid if you want to. Never play by the rules, do just what I want to. But compared to me, look like you wear 2 left shoes. Boy, I treat them love verses like the restroom. Where's at your grave, then repent for my sins. Like God, I'm saved. He always forgive. Later on, I forget.
What's the whisper saying? What's the whisper saying? Is it saying superstar? This track so far, it's creepy. It sounds like there's voices in your head. Again, pained. That's what I'm getting from this album so far. It's pained, but oddly uplifting.
Learn her Kit Kat, now she playing ping pong. Nigga, that's the thing song with bitch ass niggas. Got a little richer, now they head all bigger. You the real definition of answering your pants. Got a son, little niggas, no child support. Sorta like the bad boys up against Jordan.
So steep, so steep, so steep.
Okay, I mean, there's a reaction on my channel already to Dirty Laundry. It's going to be interesting. I haven't listened to it without a video, so it's going to be interesting to hear it like that. That was a fucking weird song. It was very weird to listen to in headphones because that whispering voice, I didn't quite catch what it was saying at any point. I haven't got the lyrics up because the album's literally just dropped. Yeah, interesting again, thematically. I like Danny Brown like this, you know, standing up for himself. This feels like an album about defiance and standing up for yourself so far.
Dragons sleep with the beast. Daniel in the lion's den still drop dirty. After popping icing, it's all damn day just to get violated. Low key kept it undercover. The way she slurps, she's the quicker picker upper. No job. Hair was nasty. You think she had headlights? Why try though, bleach in your eye? Put your life on the line, hang 'em out to dry. Dirty high tide, Gain off the Irma hammer, swim towards the current. System trying to drown me. Big Papa was a Rolling Stone, so I sold rocks to him. Beam up Scotty, we got lift off Houston.
Papa was a Rolling Stone, so I sold rocks to him is a fucking lyric. Yeah, I think this track actually, sometimes I definitely prefer to hear music without the video, but this track actually worked really well with the video, with the character in the video like that. Again, it is an interesting, it sounds a bit more experimental than the other tracks, but when the beat kicks in, it does have a real drive to it. Okay, I'm pumped for this one. 3 Tears, featuring Run the Jewels, produced by JPEGMAFIA. I was going to say I can't be disappointed, but it's JPEGMAFIA, so I'm hoping
to cut the rock with no glove on, shove on, but a black developer love Joe. Chop on, my nigga made a wrong turn, got flipped in the zone. Had to say I was a smoker just so I can go home. Let your boat drink so much I can drown the fish on some other shit. A demon on the hunt, but a sucker bitch. 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it. I don't care about nothing.
Shit'll give your fuck face a facelift. Papa did the triple Lindsay flip when it came hit. Mama never met about Papa Law. I'm trying to get bags like fuck all of them. Death is on my couch and I'm telling them jokes, stalling them.
I get the feeling that this is going to be a fifth listen type of joint because it's so weird with the JPEGMAFIA production. That beat is so unusual. You've got the fucking church organ in there, the actual percussion skipping all over the place. There's hard bars in there. The Lebowski bar was funny. The Succubus bar from Danny Brown was fire. But it's not an immediate Run the Jewels style banger with the LP production, which when you see Run the Jewels, you're kind of expecting a certain sound. But I think 5th or 6th listen, this is really going to get under my skin. That's what I predict anyway.
You gon' move it or lose it, you screwed. I'm from fame, it's deranged and sick, real shit. Hold up.
I don't give a fuck by Trump. Who got dumped? Who protesting collections at their garbage dump? Better than you are. What you are is the son of a whore. My dad told me that your mom was something mean on her. My lady, I sip on fine wines, fine dine with dimes and nines. I got an Einstein mind and I still told iron. E-I-M-P in my own.
What did he just say? I sip on fine wines, fine dime with nines and dimes, or dimes and nines. What's it? I'm gonna have to go back.
Saying auntie shade on my lady. I sip on fine wines, fine dime with dimes and nines. I got an Einstein mind and I still tote iron.
I got an Einstein mind and I still tote iron. I mean, are we getting a better bar this year? Question down below. Better bars than that, type them out down below. About 1 or 2 bars. Well, I can. Well, there's 2 bars, right? Are we getting better than that? Killer Mike.
Nothing. 3 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. I don't care about nothing.
That was a pretty fucking good track. I think that's going to end up being a legendary track the more I listen to it. Killer Mike absolutely slayed on that track, but all 3 of them were fire. I love the way that the beat was just slipping in and out of tempo sometimes, especially towards the end there, almost like a CD skipping ever so slightly, or if it was just played live on the machine. Yeah, not an immediate banger because of the way the production was, but something that I think is going to grow on me a lot. And that bar, those 2 bars, oh my god.
The dick strangled them and choked them. After she was done, I looked down at my penis. You a Stevie Wonder blink. I take a piss in the same sink you wash dishes with.
Oh!
You illiterate, you piss.
They can't contain me, I'm free. It feels like losing your mind.
Psycho, crazy, sitting in the Wu-Tang and rubbing on his balls. All them bars are footballs, thoughts playing foosball at a furnace.
This can't be real, I'm in a dream.
What a fucking crazy song. That was a crazy song. If you told me that was produced by Peggy as well, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Fucking bizarre track, very funny. It was good, it was definitely good. I liked it straight away. There's nothing necessarily immediate on this record. There's not been any really dough. There's not been any Ain't It Funny so far, but all sounds really good. Interesting, unusual, honest, mature. I think that these are the words that are coming to me. Honest and mature. Like, the fact that Danny Brown is a 38-year-old man, you know, fucking actually older than me. One of the few artists I'm reacting to is actually older than me. Just truly being himself, and that's something to, you know, those are words that are thrown around so much. They're thrown around so much. They're thrown around by fucking 16-year-olds on Instagram. You don't know the fuck you are at 16. No offense to any 16-year-olds watching. You don't know the fuck you are at 16. No one does. But I think once you get to a certain age and, you know, you start to truly understand who you are. And I'm not saying Danny Brown's not been himself, because Jesus fucking Christ, I think that's one of the things that's most appealing about the guy. But the Danny Brown of 2019 is probably a different guy to the Danny Brown of 2015, 2016, 2012, you know, all that sort of stuff. And this sounds like him just at his most raw and honest and interesting and interested. The fact that that track had a kind of appeal to it, despite being so probably difficult. It's quite a difficult track. It's interesting. It's definitely going to be one of those albums that needs multiple listens. And as I always say, the benefit of music reaction channels, you see the raw visceral reaction and you can never repeat that, and that's so powerful. The downside is you are just getting the first listen. So understand that I am going through these albums again. I'll figure out a way of communicating thoughts on multiple listens about albums and about records on the channel. I'll figure out a way of doing it. Okay.
Fuck school, stole the scales out of chemistry class and made it all come back like memory lapse. I'm in that matte black strap under the flow mat. Okay, this was the 70s. A savage nomad, shirtless with a vest, staying warm by burning trash. Get in between them lighted killing fields. Been through so many raids, we treat that shit like it's a fire drill. Yes, fuck my ex out. My folks will take a green beret, kill the birds, leave boot the cat. Cyrus when I word it, sweet enough to leave a two other nigga got a problem with me. I pull up on your playground at 2:45, motherfucker.
Yes. Love that beat.
Email from LinkedIn. I put the further in that hole that just
Did he just say? What did he just say?
on some different shit. Your whole style is impotent. I ignore a whore like an email from LinkedIn.
I ignore a whore like an email from LinkedIn. Mate, that's genius.
The further in that hole that just sinking in. Detrimental to hip.
Oh.
Lyrics is quick to sick. Fuck around and ink. Make my name. I whip your head to climb. Mistake the butter real and you deserve a highway ride.
Before we get into Best Live, I just needed to talk about Savage Nomad for a minute. That beat drove the whole track. It was fucking intoxicating with that guitar, and the way he flowed through it with a little bit of distortion on his vocal just gave the song a kind of different mood to the rest of the piece. It felt a bit more cinematic. It felt a little bit more like it was something off the previous album. I think it was probably this, on first listen, it's my favourite track so far. This is the type of album that my favourite track will probably change. You can already tell just from the way it's composed and put together. But after that, I'm like, unless it falls apart, second half of the record, how many tracks have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks. I can see this definitely sneaking into top 10 of the year for me, definitely sneaking in, and it's going to be one that may rise up on multiple listens. It's not an immediate album, but that was probably the most immediate track. I liked it a lot.
Came from the store where hot dogs got boiled right up in the same pot. Uncooked the rock went front, flipping on match tuck. Flipping them sacks, hide and seeks and spots to out and we sell crack. Wanna get away from all this stress. For me, mama just wanted the best. Ass like a bitch with an ass. Left you for a nigga with cash. Came back ass fatter, looking better than ever. Talking about getting back together. Nigga, I'm about to smash. I'm a bad whatchamacallit. Used to blow out the toilet. After lockdown in the county. Smoking squirts on my bucket.
Not many people are getting whatchamacallit in their songs and rhyming it with blow out the toilet.
living my best life. I'm living my best life. Cause ain't no next life.
Title track now.
My guy, you Blake Ross is so far. You see this time wait for no money.
Know what I'm saying? You really think somebody else here? Know what I'm saying?
Don't know nothing, but I do know this. Don't know nothing, but I do know this.
We moving. We moving.
I did love that track first time through, especially as the title track of the album. I think it may be one of those ones again that works better as you listen to the album as a little break point between tracks. It was kind of repetitive. I guess obviously that was the point of it, but first time, that was probably the only track so far that I've not really felt, but that's what happens first time through. Okay, I'm excited for this one now. Negro Spiritual featuring Peggy.
I'm broad like Tiger with
Here we
two
go.
white broads off 3 Xanax, drunk driving in a rental car. About to hit him with my best shot like Pat Benatar. Girl, we been on. Skin butter ain't winter. You ain't know what you say, so you ain't slow. Nigga better quit playing bro for what blow.
All these niggas get physical. From the outside, looking spiritual. It's so hard for me.
And the pot the piston, season ticket for the piston, cut crack on dishes. Every dream I have Olympic. Nigga, what's the business? Look like a slinky. My nigga said he had a lick, but he ain't never linked me.
All these niggas get physical.
Damn, man. Yeah, that was an excellent track. That's a fucking dream combo for starters. Peggy and Danny Brown together. Really nice to complement each other. And that beat, that instrumental, the guitar sounded like it was plucked out of a Tool track and placed on top of a kind of up-tempo, a little bit of a jazzy type of percussion there. Very, very dark, sinister. I was listening to the subject matter, generally speaking, about a drug dealing life and all that sort of stuff. I wasn't catching every single bar. That's not kind of what this first reaction is about, but I think that's one that's going to live with me. I think that's going to end up being one of the standout tracks on the album. Very strong track, but I just love that guitar in there again.
19s, but I keep it cleaned out. Let the inside dark tinted window. Wood grain wheel, tell me how you really feel. Ride past all the kids yelling out bingo. Ain't no cheat code. Every day on the line like a free throw. Shit weak like the knees on D-Rows. But ain't no sequel. Switch lanes in that new thing. Got at it red line while I'm playing like a seagull. In that haystack, I was that needle. And then thinking no one will believe you.
Ain't no way we could ever be equal. In that haystack, I was the needle.
Lose it all in a second like me too. The
Oh,
whole world is seafood. 1 second all gone. Hey, know you're feeling all alone, but who can you turn to when things gone wrong?
Break down, lock down, run up on the road. Standing on the corner, see me, I'm a ball. Break down, lock down, run up on the road. Standing on the corner, see me, I'm a ball.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Most of this record has sound, stripped back to the wrong way of describing it, most of this record has sounded kind of a little bit low-key in different ways. Quite personal, quite tight. I'm trying to think of the best way, the adjective to describe it, because small isn't the right word. But do you know what I mean? A little bit less epic in scope than some of the stuff on Atrocity. That, however, had that expansive sound with the synths and the growl and everything like that, and then Blood Orange on the hook there, a guy I don't know much about, to be honest. That was another real outstanding track. That one bar was fucking genius, but I'm sure there's been bars throughout the whole record that I've definitely missed. You know, like I always say, who's there catching every single bar on a record, especially a Danny Brown record first time through? If you say you are, you're a liar, and if you're a reaction channel that's pretending you are, you're a liar too. Yeah, that was a very, very strong track, and the album's ending in a very, very strong way. So I am fucking with this album pretty heavily, actually, and I love the fact that it's short. I'm enjoying these projects that are between 30 and 40 minutes that allow you to just spin them again straight away. There's no rules. If your body of work needs to be an hour and a half long, like Tool's body of work that they just released, then so be it. But I'm definitely not of the mindset that in 2019 in a streaming world that you need to pack out an album with 18 tracks and make it an hour 20 minutes long when 7 of those tracks are mediocre. Tighten it up, definitely tighten it up. Shorten some of the tracks, get the people spinning it over and over and over again. That's the reason I've listened to IDK's album about fucking 20-30 times, because it's short. If they added an extra 6 tracks on there, probably wouldn't have listened to it that much.
Fuck, I can talk a cat off the back of a fish truck. Tell me what's up. All about the game, so I'm hunting big butt, slim waist, and her hair long. Shake down. Get it
Wait. The Henny got me wetter than whale piss. I'd die for this shit like Elvis. See if I can die in the toilet.
Down, night young and we just getting started. Do it with force. Been with this shit since I jumped off the porch. Then the ocean twins. Cause I can see where ocean ends. Kush thinking like it broke the wind. My last living like that. Tripped over the crack. Crippled by circumstance. Nigga gotta face the fact. Came a long way from that go house. What it is. Option. Sink or swim, look at him in the system. Just another nigga, one way ticket to a prison.
I'll tell you, this about things that you think you never see on the street. I seen dynamite.
Yes. Killer final track. I really enjoyed that album. And I'm excited to spin it again straight away because I think it's just going to get better with every single listen. What I got from that album first time through is it feels like an album about being present, about being exactly where you are in life, and about Danny Brown being exactly where he is in life. You know, he ruminates on the past, like in a track like that. He ruminates on a potential future, perhaps in a track like Dirty Laundry. But ultimately, it's about living your truth in the moment, being exactly where you are, being honest to yourself. That's kind of what I got from it, and perhaps that was the point of the repeated mantra, if you know what I'm saying, on the title track, which was the weakest track on the album for me first time through, but will be interesting on repeat listens where that ends up. Musically, it was experimental, it was unusual. I don't think there was anything that was quite as outstanding as Really Dope from the previous album, but then again, that was like an incredible posse cut. There's nothing on there that really has that kind of star power. Three Tears had that, but the production was so unusual from Peggy that again it's going to take repeated listens. On the first time through, I heard some fucking unbelievable bars. This wasn't one where I had the lyrics up. I'm sure the lyrics are already out there, but I try not to have them up for a true first listen when I'm listening for the first time, as all you guys are, as opposed to an album that's, for example, like an old Kendrick album where the reason I'm doing it is because everybody says how legendary it is, and so I like to have the lyrics up to kind of cross-reference. But it was fun to try and catch the bars first time rather than reading ahead, much more fun. So I think that's what I'll do from now on with albums that have just dropped. That was really good, actually. That was really fucking good. Very interested to hear your thoughts on the album. Please do leave them below. And remember, I think it's worth remembering, not only am I reading the comments, and I'm reading the fucking comments, you know I am, but everybody else is reading the comments too. And it creates a kind of post discussion in the comments, and then people bring it into the Discord as well. And that's what we're trying to do here, you know. It's like, these things they're fun, they're entertainment, they're something like you just chuck on while you're doing the fucking dishes or something like that. That's all good, but at the same time, this channel, for me, one of the things that drives me is not only is the opportunity to listen to music, but also the opportunity to connect with like-minded people and other people to connect with like-minded people from all around the world, cultures, creeds, colours, it doesn't fucking matter. And, you know, the channel is about connection. And I find that record very inspiring about living your current truth. As, like I say, you know, most of the time I'm reacting to music from people either a lot younger than me or a bit younger than me, so it's good to react to an artist from a personal point of view who's basically the same age. I think Danny's a year older than I am, and listening to that maturity in an artist. He doesn't sound old, he doesn't sound out of his time or anything like that. Of course he doesn't sound like Little Tekka, but at the same time this is a person that just feels like he's grown in true confidence. And not that he ever didn't have that, but there's just something that comes with experience. That felt like an album about experience. So yeah, like I say, I reckon that's almost a definite shout for top 10 of the year for me. Obviously going to do my wrap-up video towards the back end of December. Would be very surprised if that didn't creep in there. Gonna spin it again shortly when I'm out doing my chores today. I liked it a lot. That's about it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. Everybody smash that bell like Dark Souls, guys. I need the notifications up. because those first hour, first 2, first 3, first 4 hour views are so significant in getting a video pushed out beyond there. And remember, I'm coming off the 300k channel, currently on the 52k channel. It's all good, but we're in that rebuild season. So that's it. I've been John Denton. I probably forgot to say something. Let me know your thoughts. Danny Brown, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. What are you saying? Catch you on the next one. Hey.